Good evening, everyone. This is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations, and it is a Saturday night. I know it's late, but I promise you I'd come on tonight and just give shout outs to everybody. Thank you for the new members. We got 7 new members. Everyone makes a difference. So I'm so happy about the new members, and I want to thank you. So, what I want to talk about tonight is don't worry about the competition. The title is Do Not Worry About the Competition, Be the Competition. Okay? So I'm going to call up the members like I promised. Tonight, we're going to celebrate our members that have made this channel possible. And I want to show you a great appreciation. We're at the third week of February, going into the last week, and we're going to be grinding. We're going to be really getting a lot of work in and getting your businesses up to scale. I don't know why I do that. When people on TV, they have a person to make sure everything is straight. But when you go live, you don't see it until you live. Okay, this is real. This is not AI. I'm a real person, a real designer. If it's your first time on my channel, this is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations, international fashion designer, and I want to inspire you to be the best that you can be. Build your business, whether it's at home or whether it's in a small shop or whether it's in a big retail store like myself. I want you to know that you can make it and make money at it, not just pay bills. So I'm here coaching you weekly on how to get some things done. I know many of you are getting ready for church, but you can watch this anytime. When you get ready, when you go on YouTube, it's your own special time, your own channel with your favorite people that you like to be inspired by. So here we go with the roll call. C.W. Wardrobe, Dr. Kiva, Yolanda Thompson, Maddie Mitchell, Sharon Courts, Indigo Silk, Pink Pizzazz Boutique, Rhonda Marie Blessings, Mildred's Desserts, Constance Clinton, Dewana Green, Kuden Sins BLM, Mona Lisa, Sharika Originals, Carolyn Royal, Paulette Bradley, Daughters of Zion Creations, Angela Hamilton, Jean Robinson, Linnell, Tracy Davis, Miss Kathy, Leslie Oliver, Annette Moody, Awanda Brown, Cake in Fast Show, I should say, Kathy Taylor, Garden of Zig, Michelle Stringer, Loomer Laser, Bernice Thompson, Sweet Pearl Creations, Learline Rockingham, Cindy Dis Bohemian, Cha Cha, Mary Jones, Liz Wilson, Gwendolyn Member Starbs, Patricia 1546, Tatwina Gilder, Shelley Neal, Renee Shadden, Vet McCrae, Logan Style, Ngozi Debray, Linda C. Payne, Sassy Rebel, Vanessa Purnell, Newly Refined Designs, Alice Sandra Barnhart, Kim, Florence Mbayobo, Brenda Snapney, Linda Brown, Sonia Harding, Laura Farr, Yvette Batcham, Jacqueline Gurley, Yana Hodgepodge, Miriam Masterpieces, Shakarma Customs, Donna Marshall, Blessings, Miss T from the SIP, Barbara Gary. Okay, I want to just come in really quickly. I'm not going to keep you long. I want to just inspire you and let you know that don't be afraid of the competition. Don't let the competition make you feel like what you're doing is not good enough or you're not there yet. And the reason I want to say that is because today was an amazing, crazy day. Um, we doubled our goal today in the store. We could have made more money had I had more staff because it was like an hour wait to 2 hours wait to get to me today. There were people waiting outside the store before we opened the store. We opened the store an hour early. Um, when we closed the store, we still had people sneaking through security to get to the store because they know if they got to the door, I would let them in. Uh, People were buying multiple items. We had people that were like high officials from Disney. We had top clergy, top sororities, fraternity leaders, presidents, and we had common folk, people who just wanted something for their child, people who just wanted to go to church for the fourth Sunday in February. If you don't know, it's Black History Month in the United States. It's actually Black History Month all over the world because there's somebody that knows about Black history all over the world. And on the fourth Sunday, everybody wears African attire. Now, some churches wear it different Sundays, the children wear it different Sundays, but on fourth Sunday, typically everyone has got on board and they wear African clothing. Most people normally buy their African clothing really cheap and they'll say, I'm only going to wear it one time, so I'm going to go to the flea market. Well, that plays out. Then some people say they want to get something different. So they'll go online. And when they get it, it's not what they expect. That plays out. And then some people will see someone that's hard at it, that's consistent, and they're putting the work in it, they're putting the skin in it, like I say, and they are like in the right place where it's convenient, it's good, plenty of parking, they can get in and out, and they can get customer service. So what I do is I make sure that when anybody come in the store, I don't want them to leave the store with it just coming off the rack unless it fits them perfect. I give alterations on every item. I don't care if it's a child, adult, a preacher, a superstar, a hero, a pastor. I like no, that needs to be taken in. It needs to be done this way. So I'm known for giving great service. So when we talk about don't don't worry about the competition, because the competition always wants to be cheaper or closer or undermine your handwork. So I just talked to Miss Bernice. Miss Bernice is going through the coaching, and she was asking me about pricing, and so I more than doubled her price on her pricing on her item, and the reason being is because once you make a lot of items and your work get better and you get faster, then you can always give a sale on items. But in the meantime, while you're building your inventory up, you got to be able to make money because you got to get more things done. So you have to make sure that when you do this, you're making money and you're making progress. So all of my competition around me everywhere has been always cheaper than what I have. So I have learned to raise my prices according to the quality, according to the demand, and according to what my goal is for the store. So if I have a lot of items to sell, I have to have some high, medium, and low price items. So think of this as you're building your stores. Everybody watching me, just think of yourself as a business. Don't wait till you get the building. Don't wait until you have room in your house, or you in your room in your garage, or room in your closet. Let's go even further. Let's say you got room in your closet. There was a lady, it's Black History Month. There was a lady in this state that really, really, really wanted to take care of some kids. And she didn't have any money. And she built this school. And when she built the school, she didn't have money for desks. So she took cardboard boxes and made a desk. She didn't have any ink. So she took blueberries and blackberries and had them to stick a pencil or a piece of wood. Pencil is a piece of wood on the die, and was able to, the kids to write their answers. And she made a school and was the first black female president of the school. And her name is Mary McLeod Bethune, which is the Bethune Cookman University, historical black university here an hour away, Daytona Beach. So when you start your business and whatever you make with your business, start with something small and grow, because the competition is going to start looking at you because you're going to become the competition, right? So what I'm saying today is, today in the store, I'm still at work. The day in the store was when all the competition just said, we can't do that. Only Evelyn does that. Only over there can they do that. And we had a lot of people that always went to the competition. But today they gave up and they said, we can't compete with her. I'm talking about the flea markets. I'm talking about the small shops. I'm talking about everybody that do what I do. They said, we can't touch it. We can't touch it. And I'm going to show you something real quick. You're going to like this. This is a client of mine that comes every year. And she said, I need to show you how good you make me look. Okay, I'm going to show you this picture of her. I hope you can see it. Okay. This is her. If you have a Facebook page, you can go to Evelyn's Creations Facebook page and you can see this client that has on the swing coat dress. She has on the hat and she has on the little decoration for the shoes. If you have a Facebook channel, go to Evelyn's Creations Facebook and you can see the outfit. But what I'm showing you, I'll print that out so you can see it. And actually, I have it on the cover. When you come back and look at this video, you can see her outfit. But what I'm saying is that when people trust you, when you've been given trust, and your clients come to you, and you show up, and you give your best, they'll be clients for life. Yesterday, a lady was in her car. She was stuck in her car for an hour. She was actually stuck in her car. When I say stuck, meaning that she was obese, she needed help getting out of her car to get to the store. When they finally got out of the car, they brought her to the store. Bless her heart. She needed something custom made. She knew that if she got in here, I would make her something so she could wear to church tomorrow. When she got into the store, they told me what was going on. She saw the line waiting on me to make something. And she said, I'll be back tomorrow. So tomorrow is today. So I said, come in at 10 and I'll take you first. So when I got to work, she was out of her car. She got somebody to help her get out of the car. She drives. And she was at the store 30 minutes before the store opened. And she was able to get her an outfit. Now, she trusted me. She trusted me that I would be here today and I would take her. And of course, that made the line get it longer. It got longer because when a person comes in, they spend their hard-earned money. I want to make sure that I give them a best service. I don't care if they are handicapped, obese, or super small, whatever. I want to make sure money is hard to come by. So when somebody pay you their money, they want to get their value, and they will, and they still will tip you. And I'm gonna tell you something else about money. Right now, everybody know everything is high, right? They know the tariffs is high. They know everything costs a lot of money, and they don't mind paying because when you tell them a price, they'll say, "Oh, wow, I didn't know it was going to cost that much," and then they'll come up with the money. Another example: brand new customer come in the store. She comes in. She looks so good, so fresh, so fine, beautiful lady. I like this bag. How much is this bag? I said, that bag is $125. Oh, will you take $100? I said, excuse me? She said, would you take $100? I said, no, ma'am, I won't take $100. I said, well, maybe it'll be here when you come back. And she looked at me like, she's not going to take it. She says, I have only $100 cash. I want this bag. Can you sell it to me for $100 cash? Now just think about it. The bag is $125. I'm in a mall. I'm not in the flea market. I have overhead. And she wants it for 125. I don't fault anybody for trying because he said, ask and you shall receive, right? Or you should receive some things. So anyway, long story short, I said, no, ma'am, I can't. I said, first of all, now my assistant was trying to say, take the money. Okay, my assistant like, take the money, Miss Evelyn. She got $100. Take the money. This is my assistant. I have an assistant. She's 81. She's so beautiful. Take the money. I'm like, no, I'm not desperate. That was my eyes at her. I didn't say it right. So I said, no, ma'am. I said, but maybe it'll be here when you come back. And so she walked away with the bag and she gave it to my attendant. And she walked outside and she came back in with the extra $25. So she said, can I have it out? She said, I'll take it for 125. So I said, okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And my assistant was like, I can't believe you was that firm. Well, my price is my price. Well, if I have something on sale, I will tell you what I have on sale. You know, when you go to the store, they have some things on sale and some things are firm. So I want you to know when you price your items, some things must be firm. Because if I restock those bags with the tariffs, I can't get those bags for the same price. So I don't worry about the competition because the competition don't have what I have. The competition is not my competition. I am the competition. So I want you to be your competition. Look, when you are the competition, they're trying to keep up with you. So when you put your price. So don't undercut your price. Put your price where you can give a sale, but there are times when you cannot give your sale, can't give a sale. So you have to be trusted. She had to trust me to come back that it'll be here, or trust me to come back that she can get something similar. So anyway, she purchased the bag. She goes away, and my assistant say, "Wow," like that, right? So anyway, I'm back here working. I'm sewing. Next, what you need? Oh, I don't know if you can fix it. I said, sweetheart, if you like it, I can fix it. You ready for it? Go pay for it. Come back here. Get in line. Go to that dressing room. Go to 3 dressing rooms. Number 1, number 2, number 3. What you need? What you need? What you need? You know what I mean? Multitasking, getting it done, getting them out. What you need? Pressing it out. Put it in a garment bag and go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, a one-woman human factory. Getting them in, get it out. 2 cashiers at the front. If it doesn't fit, come in. Let me fix it. If you want to tip me, tip me. If you don't want to tip me, fine. Keep it going. Keep it going. So I'm here working, hustling, getting it going. Not even check my phone for messages, and here the same lady come back. So I sell these big, beautiful brass bracelets. And she says, I see these bracelets and you want $65 a piece for the bracelets. Oh my gosh. Is there any sale on them? So what I've done is I've trained her to respect me and my price, right? So she didn't come back to me saying, I only have $100. She came back to me and say, I want to get 2 bracelets. They're the big bracelets like this. They like the Wonder Woman bracelets, brass bracelets. And she said, well, how much is there a sale on these on these items if I get 2? I said, there's a sale on those items, on that particular item, even if you get 1. And the sale item is $60. $60 each. So she says, oh, great. So when she went to the store to check out, she asked, can I have the sale and the senior citizen discount? So here comes this assistant. Can she have this? I said, we don't have no senior citizen discount. We have a loyalty card. A loyalty card, you buy 6 items within a year. We average up your items and you get a sale. You get that much spending capital in one of the 5 stores. So we don't give senior citizens. We give only veteran discounts right now. And we can't because of the tariffs. Everything is juggling. So we can't just give out discounts like water. So anyway, she came back and she spent another $120 where she was saying that she only had $100. So when people come to you and they try to tease you with money, If you can give a discount, do. If you know you can replenish that item, you will. And if you can't, this is what I would suggest you to do. If she couldn't have bought my item, I would have simply went and got a card and I said, listen, take a picture of your item and here's my cell number and text me and see if the item is still available when you have the funds. And I'm gonna tell you why you do that. Why you do that, I didn't make the bag. And it's gonna cost a lot more because the containers are a lot of money. When you do that, your store doesn't look empty. So if you're the competition and people come to your store, even if it's your online store has to have inventory for you to make money. So if somebody come to your online store and they only got one or two items to shop with, how long you think they're gonna stay in your store? So for all those who are taking the coaching and all those who are online stores and all those I'm helping you, I'm going to be contacting you within the next before the end of the month, which is going to be a Saturday. I'm going to start calling you, texting you, and asking you, what are you putting on your online store? And for the next 30 days, from March the 1st until the end of March, we want 30 items in our stores. So we want to have 30 items in our stores for 90 days. And then we're going to start seeing traction. So 90 days, 30 items, that means you're going to have close to 100 items. Okay, you're short 10, but we'll be able to double up something, maybe make multiples or selling 3 packs of something, 3 hats to get a sale, 4 hats, bundle pricing. We'll do those items. So if you're listening and you haven't quite got ready for coaching and you're ready, we're getting started with your online stores. We're going to be driving hard with sales to get you there. And I want your mindset to be that you are the competition, because whatever you do, you got to make sure that you can do more of that item. Now I give you a project every time I'm on, right? I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna cut something for you. I'm gonna show you what I did today as a fundraiser. I was asking you to do those bracelets, but now I'm gonna cut this piece of fabric right here, right in front of you. I'm gonna cut this piece of fabric. And this is what I want you to do for my sheroes and my heroes. You see what I'm doing here? I got a piece of fabric approximately about 1 inch long. This is not straight, but I'm just showing you a sample of what I did last night for today to raise some money for the store. Now, if they spend over $100, I gave this for free. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm making a ribbon. I'm taking an ethnic fabric. An ethnic fabric will sell all day. I normally do it in this fabric, right? But I could do it in any fabric. I'm gonna show you both ways. I'm taking this fabric and I'm just folding it in half and I'm crossing it like this. And I'm making a ribbon. I'm making a ribbon like this. Now I'll press this on the ironing board and I'll make a ribbon, right? And then I'll take a little safety pin. See these little safety pins? I'll take a little safety pin and put it on the back. I know this seems like elementary, right? I take this safety pin, I put it on the back, I put it in a small Ziploc bag, and I say, would you support my business? This is it's called a supporters ribbon. So I want you all to steal this idea. You have a supporters ribbon. It's $2.99. And what it is that it's a ribbon that they can wear when they need to wear something ethnic on a jacket, or it could be for any age group. And it's just so that they support your business. Okay. So if I did it like this with this piece of cloth, this is something you could do out of the remnant. And here it is. You could do it with your fingers and you just cut the angles. You just cut the angles to the ribbon and you put the safety pin there. Nothing fancy. It's just a friendly reminder that you either you appreciate their support or you're asking them for support. If they spend $100, you gift it to them. If they don't spend $100, you ask them would they like to buy a ribbon. Okay, the ribbon is $2.99. They're gonna give you $3. This is an easy way to just buy something that you could use in your business, and it takes less than what, 20 seconds to make. So sometimes we overthink things, and we just want to get someone to just support us, because what happens when you start touching money, when money starts touching your hand, you attract more money. If you don't make a sale in a day or a week or a month, you start thinking that maybe it's not there, or you got to wait till a special event. You have to start attracting money every single day, even while you sleep. Like the store's going crazy. Now I got to go check, see what people ordered. And I realized I was supposed to, I realized I had a short deadline on one hat, and I should have mailed it out today. So I'll go ahead and make sure I got that hat. And if you're in a bigger city, they have these drop boxes that you can actually take your items that you make, and you can scan it with your barcode that you create, and you can drop it in the box, and it'll still be traveling. It'll show that the box is in the possession of the United States Post Office. And we'll get to that as you start shipping. But most of your shippers, you can just have them to pick it up from your home or from your office or from your store. But the main thing is, when you got any type of traffic coming to your store, don't forget, you know how you go to the checkout at the register and they have the candy at the register? They have the, what is it? Batteries, extension cords for your phone. They have all that. This is your little checkout. When they check out with you, when they come to pay you the big money for the big item you made or for the variety of items you made, would you like to buy a support ribbon? And if they gave you one, then guess what might happen? They might say, you know what? I'm having a church convention, and I like to put all these in a bag for my staff or for my guests. Could you make me 60 of these? It happened. You need 60? Come back tomorrow. I'll have you 60. Okay. So I want you to make sure that when you are the competition, always have something new and fresh. Always have something and some idea. How can we keep that cash flow coming? Because the cash flow can't stop, right? Look at the ocean. It goes out and it comes in. It goes out and it comes in. But when it goes out, there's still water there. And when it comes in, there's just more blessings there. So this is the water that stays in the ocean when the waves go out and it comes back in. So always have a small ticket item. I had a client today. She came in with her daughter. Now she buys a lot of stuff from me. And she walks in the mall and she has this beautiful little girl, and she's a Girl Scout, and she's selling Girl Scout cookies. And the store was packed. Because one of the stores, I have an opening in it. You can go to the other store, right? So I had that baby to come over here. Come, hey, would y'all like any Girl Scout cookies? Hey, Girl Scout cookies. And next thing you know, she was sold out. The mama had to go back to the car and get more Girl Scout cookies. So one hand washes the other, right? So when your client have this ribbon and they said, wear your African attire. And they said, oh, I don't have anything. They got that little ribbon. Let me put this on my lapel on my jacket. The ushers, let me put this little lapel on my jacket, on my shirt, on my blouse, or let me put it on the side of my hat. And this is a reminder to support your local business, no matter what it is. If you are not of African descent or not into culture and you're watching me, find a way that you can make a small item out of the remnant of what you have or the treasures that you have. Make your clients be aware that you appreciate their support. And when they wear that ribbon, hey, that's my girl or that's my guy, and I'm gonna go support him. And they gave me this ribbon. They'll keep this in the car. They'll keep it on the dash to remind them. Now, the loyalty card, I really want you to start doing the loyalty card. The loyalty card is the same size as the business card, the same size as a business card, and it says your company name and loyalty. And on the back of it, it has places where you can punch their hole and you can put their name, put the item that they chose on it, and they can see how they're tracking their progress. And at the end, you average it up and you give it back. It's biblical. So if they spend $100 6 times, then on the 7th visit, they would come and they would shop. And I always look at it. Would you rather be a blessing or would you like to have theft? Because somebody gonna always get you. You're not gonna have a perfect. Remember, I told you to wear the shoulder pads. Wear the shoulder pads because you're gonna get beat up in this business. You're gonna get knocked down, but you're gonna get back up. You're gonna live, but it's not gonna be easy. Somebody gonna hurt your feelings. And let's go over that. Let's go over the feelings. You know, we have fewer artists and fewer designers because we get our feelings hurt. I remember kids I used to date this guy, and his kids would laugh at me and they called me Miss Seeley. They said he's dating Miss Seeley. And I was like, Miss Seeley, I love the color purple. She did good. You know, she went through a lot, but she came out good, right? And they laughed at me and they laughed at me. They said she's stuck in time. She's just selling African clothing. Now, there's nobody in town that don't know my name. There's no church around town that don't have somebody that's wearing my wear. I'm talking about miles. I'm talking about in the whole state. Somebody somewhere know my name, been in my store, I bought for years. And that's just in Florida. That's not other places, but it's all over. I've been all over, have got people wearing my things. So what I'm saying is when people talk about you, don't get your feelings hurt. I had a client tonight. She had on this beautiful dress. It fit her like a glove. She was an older lady, had a Coke bottle bottom, a Coke bottle body, and a bottom too. And she said, "Oh, I don't know if I should wear this to church because they're going to talk about me." And the dress looked so good on her. And I had two other seniors standing there. They sitting around the couch and they looking at the dressing room when they going to go in. So we having girl talk and everything. So I told her, I said, let me tell you what my mama told me. She said, what? I said, let me tell you what my mother told me. And she said, okay. And everybody's looking and listening to what she going to say. I said, my mother told me they talked about Jesus. So what you think they're not going to talk about you? And she looked at me, and the other lady was pastor. She looked at me. She said, I said, I was listening to a sermon the other day, and he said, if a person come to church, accept that they came to church. Don't worry about what they were. They're here. Even if people go to the extreme, we can't judge people. We got to stop judging people. So I said, do you feel good in the dress? She said, yes. She came out. She asked all the three people in the circle here. And she said, well, what do y'all think? And these are older ladies, so they're very conservative. They wear up things over their hips. And they just told her, it looks like your style. And then she said, I'm going to try this dress. So the dress came with the head wrap and it came with a nice umbrella. I had an umbrella made to match the fabric, right? It's supposed to rain tomorrow. Florida. It's supposed to rain. So I said, look, you got an umbrella, you got a dress, you got a scarf. You better go ahead on with that dress. So she got the dress. But the whole point was she was worried about her competition. She was worried about what the people in the church was going to say. Now, the dress was to the ankle. It was all the way to the ankle. The sleeves was all the way to the wrist. It just fit her shape. And she had a really nice shape. And she didn't even have on her shapewear. She just came in out the street and came in the store. And she said, I normally shop at the flea market, but my sister had on such a beautiful dress last week. And she told me where she bought the dress. And I said, I got to stop shopping at the flea market. Now, let me tell you what the preacher say. The preacher say, sometimes you can't just eat hamburger. Sometimes you might want a cheeseburger. Sometimes you might want a T-bone steak. Sometimes you might want a prime rib. So I told them all, I said, listen, if you shop at the flea market, that's fine. But when you upgrade, you just upgrade. So now you're here. Now I'm going to cater to you. I'm going to make sure when you step out from your head to the toe, even if I got to give you a hat, you're going to walk out and be a billboard. And did you see? Well, you haven't seen it. You probably saw it. If you're just coming on. Did you see how we even made the clip for the lady's shoes? She had the hat on. She had the swing jacket on. She went and got by some stairs. And she was like, oh my, I can do this. And she's a doctor. So you have to when you start getting with your clients, start studying their behavior, start looking at their character, start looking at their colors, and then always let them try on. In other words, don't say it won't fit. Don't say, you can take a tape measure and tell them it won't fit. But if you got some skills, you can take a dress too small and you can open it up and add an extra fabric in it. If a dress is too big, you can take it in. If a hat is too big, you can take this ribbon and tighten the ribbon. Okay. If they got locks, you can open the top out and let the hair breathe. In other words, be in your competition mode where you are the competition. Be creative with what you have to get that sale. And when you become creative, have a goal for your clients. Say if you want $100, so let's start small. Let's say you want to get $50 a client or you want a $50 sale. Okay. I really want you to start at $50. Whatever you do, $49.99 or $45.95 or whatever, right? If you're not in a store, you're not selling, not adding tax, probably not. If you're selling individually, you're selling at that price because you don't have all the bills and you're not reporting your sales yet, right? But have it where you can give a sale. In other words, don't have the hat at $20 because you can't give a sale. Have the hat at $24.95 or $34.95 or $44.95 or $49.95. Have the hat sold higher. So if you buy two, I can give you $5 off. If you buy four, I can give you a fifth one free. But you got to spend $100. And people have that kind of money on them. So don't think nobody has no money. People got money. They got money, they got credit, and they're willing to spend it. They work hard. They want to give it to somebody who have earned it and who can appreciate it and who gonna be there for them to buy the next one. And you'll be so busy keeping up that you won't even be able to create new items because your old items are selling. But before your old items sell, you got to build your inventory up. And I want your mindset to be calm. We're at the transitional point. We went through the new year. Now we're down in the position to run track and field. When you got to get in the stirrups, you got to get in the blocks. Now we getting ready to run. Okay, I ran track in college, so when you in the blocks, you got your head down and your butt is up and you're ready to go, and you take up slowly and you start soaring, right? So this is where we are. We're in the blocks. We're looking up. Now to win the race, you got to be in the middle. That's who's favored to win. Now you can be anywhere in the race and win. You can be on the blind side in aisle number 9, row number 9, or you can be in the row number 1. And those think like you ain't gonna never catch up. But the favorite runners are always in the middle, right? 4, 5, and 6. Those are your lanes. You guys are in 4, 5, and 6, right? And you're down like this, and you're going up. You're looking at your competition, but you are the competition. Their eyes are on you. And so when you're making your items and you putting your thoughts and everything together, when you do that and you look up, before you know it, everybody out there in the stand is cheering you on and they're waiting for you. And they're waiting and they're waiting. And they got their money in their hand and their card in their hand and they're buying for now. And I got a couch. If I could show you the couch, I can't sit on the couch tonight because it's full of things that they want to pick up for next week. They're purchasing items tonight, today, this week, and they're looking at other things that they want anybody to have, and they're purchasing those items. But if it happened to me, it could happen to you. Now, this is outside of your online store. Your online store, as we talked on Thursday nights, where you want to have multiple streams of income, you want to have 10 streams of income. Like the ribbon can be your mailman, it could be your lawn man. It could be anybody that's coming to take money from you or anybody that you are taking money from them. It works both ways. If somebody come and sell you something, would you like to be a supporter of my business? How much is it? $2.99. They'll give you $2.99 to go away. They'll give you $5 to go away, right? You don't care how they feel. They bought a supporter ribbon, and it's going to remind them that I supported this business, no matter what business it is. And in order for me to continue to get in business, I got to give, because there's no way that you can continue to make money and you don't give. One hand always washes the other, right? And you could just have one of your kids to make these. You don't even have to have heat. I like to press them, but you don't even have to have heat. You can take this. We do that right there. These aren't my best scissors. But you take that and you do those angles like this, and you don't have to make it this thick. But you take this little bit of ribbon. It's just a little ribbon, and it'll make. I made 60 in an hour. Okay, I made 60 in an hour, and I made 60 for the church group, and I made 60 for the store, and I put the labels on them. Supporter ribbon. And people get it. I'm a supporter. I'm a supporter for a business. Here's a ribbon. If they spend over $100, I give it to them. They go, "Wow, thank you. I didn't. Oh, you thought about me? You actually gave me." They see the value as $3, but it's priceless. It's a reminder of what we can offer, and it's a reminder that when you need to buy a gift, you need to buy anything by the end of December. Think of my business. We want you to be on the minds of the people that know you, that they should come and shop with you. Now, they can't shop with you if you're not building up inventory. So anybody who's on the channel, who's not in the course, who is watching right now, lately I've been doing a lot of lives, because lives mean live broadcasts. I've been doing a lot of lives because I want to concentrate on the people who are really ready to soar their business. And sometimes when you're just talking to your phone or to your video, you're just putting output out. You're not getting feedback. So I've been spending a lot of time the last month and a half doing live. So I want you to get it so you can get ready for your blessings. And to get ready for your blessings, you need that one-on-one where you can see me and see my passion for you to grow and grow quickly and silently. You can sell a ribbon to anybody in your house. They'll buy it for you to shut up. They'll buy it because, hey, when they wear it, oh, my mother makes this. Oh, my daughter, my wife makes this. Oh, my son makes this. Would you like to support? And what happens is you can't get money if you don't have something for exchange. Money is trade. You trade money for your lights to be on. You trade money to pay your car note so your car can take you to work. You trade money to get gas so your car can go. Okay? You trade money for food. You trade money. Everything is a trade. So you can't just always give and don't get. But if you want to get, you got to have something to give. And when you look on the floor and you see all that money around you on the floor, you be like, "Oh man, here, I altered some pants for a guy with this fabric. Look how I could take this piece of fabric and turn it into at least four of those. That's $12. I could take this little piece of fabric and turn it into $12. That's on the floor. That looks like it's not much for nothing, right? So we get creative and we take our treasures and we turn it into gold. And then you take the money from your gift, and you take that money and invest it in something else you need that can make you more money. But always have a bowl of these around you. You know how you have a bowl of pens? Have a bowl of these and just spruce them up and say support a ribbon. And this is, remember, look everyone. It's not just an African thing. It's not just an American thing. It's not just a Black history thing. It's for anybody that's listening to me all over the world. If you want some right now money, make a ribbon the ribbon is when we used to tie it around our finger to remind us. The ribbon is for you to remind yourself to support, be appreciative of those who are working behind the scenes to make something worth value. And when you put your hand on everything that you make, it has to go. And it will go and it will make you money and it will flourish. Okay? So this is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations. Thank you so much for being a subscriber and a member, and especially those who are getting coaching. We are going up and we're not going to leave nobody behind. All right? The last thing, when Noah had to build the ark, Noah had never seen water. Noah had to plant the trees to grow the wood to build the boat. And then he had to get all the animals together, a male and a female. Just think of that. Okay, so we're building the ark. And some of you have never seen sales out of nowhere. You like, "Oh, she keep telling me I'm gonna make a sale." I guarantee you, if you make a ribbon tonight, you'll sell one tomorrow if you ask for it. For anybody, you got to get used to asking. Think of this. Noah was asked to build an ark. And he never seen water. He never seen trees. I mean, he's seen trees. He's in the wilderness, but he never had built an ark. He never seen water. He had to plant the trees. The trees had to grow. He had to cut the trees, and he had to build the ark, a big ark for all these animals. So what we're doing on this channel is we're building the ark for all of your blessings. Okay? The shirt I have on tonight says, I am Black history. Now, you can be any history. You can be any history for your family, for your culture, for your community, and for the world. Because what you have and your gift that you have can be sold all over the world. The way technology is, it's not just that small little bubble you in. It's not just that street you on. It could be sold anywhere. It could be anywhere. So people are looking at you and they're saying, well, what do I have? And once you get to a certain point and we get you lined up on Google and people start calling you and texting you and emailing you, do you have this? Can you have that? Can you have this? Can you get this done? How long would it take? I had a client today drove 2 hours just to ask me, can I make him an outfit in April? I said, you didn't have to drive. He said, but I have to get my fabric from my country. And my outfit has to be made in my fabric from my country. I said, well, when you gonna get your fabric? He said, I'm gonna get my fabric in April. I said, okay. When you get your fabric, then we can talk. I don't take money. I don't even see your fabric. You show me your design, but you wait till you get your fabric. So what I'm saying is that once you put it in the universe, people will talk. People will pass your business cards around. They'll see your work and they're gonna ask where it came from. So what you have to do right now is build your inventory. Build your inventory so you beat the competition. So any place you shop at right now, personally, they got inventory, right? Everywhere you shop, they got inventory. So for you to make it, you're going to have to build your inventory. And as you build your inventory and you sell it, you'll make room to grow your stores, your online stores, your inline stores, your garage stores, your home stores, or your room stores. We'll have enough inventory that when you show it and you display it and you sell it, it will allow you to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's when you control it. You control it by how long it'll take you to get it done. So bigger projects take more time. Smaller projects takes less time. And usually your price can still be good even for your smaller projects, meaning your price can still be a profit. Like you can make something in an hour and still make $50. You can make something in an hour and still make $100. You can prep a lot of things and make them quicker. And that's how you're going to grow your business. All right. So I appreciate you all. I just wanted to let you know how much I appreciate you. And I definitely have to call your name every month, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be mustering up all these things that God has given me to share and to get you off that seat and start saying, okay, she's in my head. What am I going to do? How am I going to make this happen? Thank you so much, Miss Bernice. I see that you made it tonight. I want you all to know how much I appreciate Miss Bernice. She is new, and she's not new, but she's getting in it and she's getting it done, and she's asking questions and she's putting her things together and she's putting her pictures together. So all of you know the number is 407-590-8767. Again, that's 407-590-8767. If you have questions, if you're asking for information from the coaching, if you're asking how to put stuff online, if you're ready to go online, let me know so we can get you started. On the first, I will be those who are already ready and those who already got coaching started. The first of the month of March is when we're going to start going, and we're going to start digging our online store, and we're going to show you how you're going to get that money and make it. Now, those who are not quite ready, that doesn't mean you slow down. That means you're getting prepared. You're making your things ready. If you don't have the money now for coaching, start getting prepared. Make your items that you want to sell. Start taking your pictures of the items that you want to sell. Take 10 to 12 pictures of it, inside, outside, with your hands on it. Start writing the descriptions of what can a blind person buy this? Write the words out, how to describe it. We have to go through everything, baby steps. And then we'll show you bit by bit how people buy and how they attract it to you. And then we got to get it on the on the road to the person so they'll get it in time. The faster you ship, the more they appreciate it, the more they'll come back. In fact, once they see the shipping is tracked, they'll buy more. Love you all. Take care. I'm gonna try to go home. All right. That's why I said try, because you know I gotta do something else in this store. All right. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.